Vlogineers. Today we're going to unbox Puzzling Pursuit, which is an at-home escape room puzzle game. If this looks fun to you, you can purchase it at the link in the description and use the promo code LookWho'sVlogging10 to save 10%. Okay, so let's get right to it. Alright.
Welcome to Blackbrim 1876.
I guess this is the name of the escape room puzzle game, and it says read me first, okay? Blackbrim, 1876. The devious puzzle-loving Rieger Skinner has kidnapped the entire police force from the town of Blackbrim. Rieger has left behind a series of perplexing puzzles pointing to their whereabouts. As Blackbrim's private detective, can you solve all of the puzzles to rescue the police force? Tips: paper and pencils will be handy. You can use outside resources to try solving the puzzles, and a few of the puzzles may not be doable without some internet research. Okay, and checking solutions and extra clues. The companion website is www.puzzlingpursuits.com/play. As you go through the game, you may want to check your answers to the puzzles. This mirrors a game master within a real-life escape room that would help guide you as you play. Similarly, you may want to reveal extra clues, which means hints, if you're stuck. Alright, so over here there's part 1, open when you're ready. So this is part 1 of the game, and you can open it as soon as you're ready to get started. And there's a part 2, which says open when instructed. And basically that means you have to wait till the halfway point in the game until you're ready to open it. Okay? And now we're going to see what's inside only the first envelope, or the first packet. Okay? So, you can pretty much just take everything out. This one looks creepy. Whew. Okay, so there are 2 wheel thingies. Very creepy. No, just kidding. And, okay, there's an envelope here, which is sealed with like a red thingy, and I would not open this, but it does say detective. Okay? Okay. There is also a map of the town of Blackbrim. Okay?
That's still not creepy.
And then there's a letter from Rieger Skinner. Rieger Skinner, I think that's the detective. And there's a magazine paper or something. The Skinner Tribune. Okay.
Wait, this is only half.
Oh yeah, it's only half of a newspaper. Okay, and then on the back there's like a letter or something that says, Dear kind sir or madame. And then it goes on and on.
No, until it ends. It's half.
Each photo yields 2 words for the space. The common letters spell out a place. Okay? And then there's a photo. Oh, and there's another photo.
Just box.
And then another photo. And one last photo.
And 2 boxes. Okay.
And then there's Friday Spelling Bee Match. Okay? Another wheel. That should go like with these. There's like a wheel thingy. Maybe you placed a wheel here or something. And then there's letters. Brother thinks it's for this, but I can't be sure. And lastly, the Counting House restaurant menu. And that's it for part 1. So again, there's 5 puzzles in here, and right now we still don't know what the puzzles are. But yeah, that's as much as we can probably give you without spoilers. So we'll come back with our review and final thoughts after we play. we finished playing Puzzling Pursuits, and here is our review. The game is divided into 2 parts. In the first part, you solve 5 puzzles, and the answer to each puzzle is a specific location on the map of the town of Blackbrim. There was one puzzle in particular that we found very interesting and unique, and it involved finding various landmarks in Europe. There were some pictures of landmarks that we couldn't identify, so when that happened, we used Google Lens to find out the names of the landmark, and it was actually a very fun puzzle. So after you figure out the solutions to the 5 puzzles, you solve a meta puzzle for part 1, which will lead you to one particular location on this map. And that is the end of part 1. For part 2 of the game, we are inside this mansion, and there are a total of 6 rooms, which means 6 puzzles. And then of course there's a meta puzzle for part 2. So our favorite puzzle from part 2 involved looking at famous paintings. So first we thought this puzzle was pretty easy, like all you had to do was either find the name of the famous painting or find the name of the artist who painted it. But then we figured out that there's a lot much more to it. Now there were 2 particular puzzles in part 2 that were really challenging. One involved algebra, and the other was just simply tough. We had to use many hints to finally just ultimately get the solution because it's very challenging. The game ends once you solve the final meta puzzle for part 2. And then you can find your score for the game based on how long you took and how many clues you had to use. So now it's time for our final thoughts. Brother, what was your favorite puzzle from this game?
My favorite puzzle from this game was the origami from part 2.
Yes, there was a puzzle involving folding origami paper, and that was actually really cool because it was hands-on. Overall, I enjoyed this game. There were some really challenging puzzles, but for the most part, it was pretty okay. And there were some puzzles that you had to kind of use your creativity or find a unique way to solve it. So I really liked how some of the puzzles were unique. And another cool thing about this escape room is how it's split into 2 parts. And in each part, you solve some mini puzzles that can build up to solve the final meta puzzle. So that was really cool. So if you like solving puzzles or you find this escape room interesting, check it out at the link in the description.
Bye bye.